What's going on? Let's get some tunes. Can you guys hear me? Let's make sure we're live. Can we hear me?
Marketing to sales.
Let's make sure. Are we live right now? Okay, it says we're live.
Marketing to sales to the fires that you just constantly have to put out.
What is up, everybody?
Margins. Most people get.
Why does
Hang
it
out. Follow me on my path of becoming a junk removal business titan to building a billion-dollar home services app.
I posted that when I started my YouTube journey 1 year after.
There we go. Okay, now it says I'm live. Okay, there we go. Can you guys hear me? Testing. Why does
Hang out. Follow me on.
All right, cool. We're good. We're live. Let's copy this link, share it with everybody. Everyone going live in 20 minutes. Technically, I'm live now. Okay. All right, everybody. What's up? Just exploring every path. Hello. What's up? All right, so we have a special guest today. I'm very excited for this guest. What's up, Wally? We're interviewing somebody in the cleaning business, something a little different. And I'm really excited because this guy does 1.5 million a year in cleaning. And Sage says, "Hi, Dad." Hey, honey. Are you guys, let's see. Oh, you guys are probably almost home. I'll see you guys in a few minutes. Dang, am I looking old? Look at that. Oh, shit. So what's up, everybody? How's everybody doing? We got some really exciting stuff to talk about today. We got 20 minutes, 18 minutes. What's up, Javier Gaona? Which one? How do I say it? Gaona? I love you too, honey. Be right back, guys. 2 seconds. Actually, 20 seconds. Okay, you guys see my cat. What's up? Boop. Okay. Yes. Gona or Gaona? Okay, everybody. We have an exciting live today. We are going to be talking to somebody killing it in the cleaning business. And I was going to start a cleaning business. I actually attempted to start a cleaning business for the first month, 2 weeks. I don't know how long it lasted, 2 to 4 weeks, somewhere in between there. When I sold Jedi Junk Removal. Because I was like, hey, you know what? As I'm building Autopilot, why don't I start a cleaning business? Because I was like, I had all this experience. I was like, you know what? I can just run some ads, get some employees. Business is not that easy. I should have known better that it's impossible to juggle. The only people who succeed in juggling companies is, like, Elon has 7 companies, right? Solar panels, SpaceX, Tesla, his satellite his satellite one where he shoots satellites into space, and then Neuralink where he puts chips in people's brains. There's a big difference when you have so much fucking money where you can just be a CEO and have ideas and tell people what to do because you have so much fucking money that you just make executive decisions. There's a big difference between pointing fingers and then being in the trenches. Elon did his work. Elon did the work. He put in the work and sold X.com to PayPal and hundreds of millions of dollars. And then he was able to just start buying things and pointing fingers. you know, like he still works 80-hour weeks as he claims, allegedly. He works 80. Actually, I think it's true because people see him sleeping in the office and there's been reports of Elon working his ass off. But there's a big difference. You can't be in the trenches building something from the ground up where you have to physically do the labor and physically do everything yourself, juggling all the hats and running ads and marketing and doing all of that stuff. That's literally impossible. But when you have enough money to point fingers and hire the best talent in the world, then you could be the CEO of multiple companies. And even then, you have to be an insanely dedicated person. Like, I don't think I could probably sit on the board of other companies and make decisions, but I don't think I could truly run multiple companies. I would rather just run autopilot, turn it into a $5 billion company, make all of my investors rich. That is the plan. So, Easy Haul, Junk Removal, and Moving. What's up from Massachusetts? I recently started watching your vids. I've been working on my website lately, and it lets me make 50 pages, which I use for... What do you mean lets you make 50 pages? Is there a limit? What service are you using? But that's a very good start. 50 pages is incredible, bro. Most people start with 5. Bad Boys Cleaning. Bad Boys Junk Removal says cleaning sucks. Yes, we're going to get into that. We're going to get into cleaning, you know, and I'm very excited to talking about it. It is lower ticket, but it's reoccurring, and you don't have to be the cleaner. You can hire cleaners. Not everybody wants to do, like, I don't want to scrub floors and mop floors. You know, like, picking up junk and heavy items feels more manly to me. Like, I don't know. There is some weird, like, sexist thing that goes with that like, I don't want to say sexist, but I just don't feel comfortable cleaning somebody's house versus taking out their junk. I've been wanting to start my own junk removal business for a while now. All I have is a pickup truck. Brendan Silva, bro, a pickup truck's all you need. You don't even need to get a trailer yet. You can get some cheap ass utility trailers on Craigslist, but you can get your feet wet with just a pickup truck. Like, literally, yes, it's gonna, like, you're not gonna be able to do giant fucking jobs, but if you get a giant job, just go rent a trailer. I've been using a website maker called GoDaddy. Okay, GoDaddy. I didn't know they... Hello, beautiful people. What's up, Jamie? Moving forward, FCO. Wally Gone, getting that Lamborghini. All right, guys. Say something in the comments. Give some thumbs up. Say anything that you guys want to talk about or you want me to answer questions. But we might as well talk about something that I am working on. Let me see if I could pull this up. Junk Launch by Jedi / All right, guys, I got something pretty exciting to share with you guys today. But we got to start with, let me see, can I share my screen? Let's arc. Okay, cool. Oh, shit, hold on, guys. Let me close Discord. It's causing issues. Let me close Slack. Close all this stuff. Is that better? Nope, something is still... There we go. There it is. Bada boom, bada bang. All right, everybody. This is going to be an exciting live. Angie's List. Angie's? And I feel I spend more money. Jose. That is a very common theme with Angie's. A lot of people have a problem with Angie's, but that problem can work. Like, there's people who spend money on Facebook. They're like, I get no returns on Facebook. There's people who spend money on Google Ads. They get no returns on Google Ads. But I've only ever heard bad things about Angie's. So I'd probably wait until you're profitable before putting money into Angie's. I've only heard bad things. I will say this, though. 2 out of 10 people, 20%, say, hey, Angie's works long as you're good on the phone and you pick up immediately and you sell but like I said, 2 out of 10, right? 2 out of 10 people. This is very low. I work for a big blue trash company trying to get a truck to start my own. Chris Whitaker, you work for a big blue trash company? My man, well, you're at the right place. So let me make sure Cristobal got my invite. Let's make sure. It's a Wednesday, right? Okay, cool. So, Chris Whitaker, honestly, it doesn't matter what truck you start with. I recommend not going into debt when first trying this out and making sure it's for you. Picking up trash, picking up junk. I don't like when people just like immediately go into debt. So you can start by renting, borrowing, talking to friends or family, and if you can't do that, Penske, Home Depot, U-Haul. Price all three, see which makes more sense, and then you can get some jobs and just go rent a truck. Now, when you do decide to buy, everybody's going to have their opinions. People hate Ford, people hate Chevy, people hate Dodge. I got a 2020, at the time, it was brand new, 2021 Ford F-150 V8. The new F-150s with the V8 engine could tow 14,000 pounds. Okay? So it really comes down to the truck and the engine, right? How much can you tow on that engine? And how well do they take care of the truck? So you need to check the towing capacity, because if you're going to, a 12 by 6 by 4 dump trailer is about 3,000 pounds. Your average load size in that trailer is going to be, now I said average load size for me was about 1.2 tons. I'd say was my average load size. So let's call it 2,000 pounds. 3,000 plus 2,000 pounds is 5,000. You need a towing capacity of minimum 5,000. But you're going to have bigger jobs that are 2 tons. Sometimes I had 3 tons. I don't think I ever did more than 3 tons in one load. So let's say 3 tons, 6,000 pounds plus, that's 9,000 pounds. If I ever did 4 tons, 8,000 pounds plus the 3,000 dump trailer, it's 11,000 pounds. So no matter what, that F-150 V8 could pull that load, no problem. You've been picking up trash for 10 years? So wait, what do you mean you've been picking up trash for 10 years, but you're asking what truck to start with? Do you mean you been working for the man or something and now you want to do your own? Is that what you mean? Jose says, I've been using a 2019 Silverado 1500, but I feel like it's taking a toll. I should get at least a 20. See, I don't know much about the engines in Silverados, because a lot of people would say, Andrew, an F-150 won't work. Bro, it depends on the engine and what the towing capacity of is that engine. I don't know what year they started putting V8s and making the towing capacity 14,000 pounds, but an F-150, and it's still running to this day, 3 years later, with 100,000 miles, over 100,000 miles. That F-150 in my Ventura location before I sold the company has had no problems. Not a single problem. I had to replace the brakes, but that's a fucking given. Anyways, real quick. Oh shit, let me check. It's already almost 5. I didn't even go over the stuff yet. Anyways, guys, what's up? Hector, hey man, first and foremost, you've inspired me a lot. I have a pretty good job, but I'm paying all the bills. Definitely trying to figure out a name to name my business and take it from there. Hector, welcome and thank you. Put junk removal in your company name, okay? If you're going to get into junk removal, make sure junk removal is in your company name. It'll make just showing up on Google Maps, your businesses, the map pack, and SEO, make everything easier. Make sure you say something junk removal. Hold on. Sorry, guys. Easy haul. I was just so by with my junk. All right, it's 5 minutes till the interview, and I haven't got a response. Oh, okay, there he is. Okay, awesome. All right, guys, before the interview, before the Cristobal jumps on, let's talk about what you guys have done. And please ask your questions. I'll get to your questions. Let's show you guys how awesome you are. So if you guys didn't know, we're raising money for my software. I'm building software to compete with House Call Pro, Jobber, Workies. We have raised, this is insane. It's almost an unbelievable number to me to think I have 10,000 subscribers now. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I hope you get value from the content. I'm trying to bring value in any way possible. But let me go. Easy Hall said, okay, Hector said, oh, Chris, oh shit, there's a lot. Okay. Chris Whitaker, I work for a big trash company picking up residential trash and automatic side loader. Okay, got it. So you're going to start your own company. Chris, do it. Hector, luckily I do own a truck and just wish I had a dump trailer. Hector, you'll get to a dump trailer. Don't worry about it. Just start doing the work. You can make the money for a dump trailer like that. Easy Hall, removal business and got so slow out of nowhere. Any ideas? And also, what do you recommend are the best ways to advertise? Easy Hall, junk removal is never going to be consistent. It'll be consistent throughout the month, but you can't count week by week or day by day. You need to advertise in all avenues. Long term, which is SEO, of course. I know we'll talk about SEO more later, but also YouTube SEO. But short term is going to be yard signs, in-person networking, in-person sales, and Facebook. There's a lot to Facebook. It gets complex. We're not just talking about groups, marketplace, adding friends, boosting your profile, running campaigns, doing ads. There's a lot to Facebook. Facebook is a beast if you use it properly. We'll talk about that later. I talk about it in a lot of videos. DIY Rob, I'm just started, almost done with my website. Websites take a little bit of work, especially if you're going to build a lot of pages. What tech stack do you use? Are you talking about the software? Or are you talking about the junk removal business? The tech stack is going to be JavaScript, React Native. We're doing all React Native. We're doing AWS for backend servers. We're using Postgres for Postgres SQL for the database. And I mean, it's a giant tech stack, but unfortunately, it is JavaScript. Sorry, not Java, but JavaScript. It is the most common, unfortunate language. I would go Kotlin and Swift if I could, but it just doesn't make sense. If anybody knows what the fuck I'm talking about, kudos to you. You're a nerd. Moving forward, I just found you today. Chris, thank you so much, my man. So, guys, if you believe in the software, you can invest $500. You get stock in the company. You get 1 year of the basic program, the basic access, 1 year free. It's going to be awesome. We'll talk more about this later at the end of the video, but I just think it's cool. And I am running a crazy investment package, guys. This is going to be insane, okay? It's a 3-month mentoring program. You get access to the course, the mentoring program. It's not done. There's a social media masterclass, but this mentoring program is going to be insane. It's 3 months of mentoring, 16 fucking classes with 9 instructors, 10 including me. We're all teaching, and you get a whole 100-page website, SEO ready. You get three months of membership, 3 months of mentorship. You get access to all my resources, access to my course, 15. Like, there's so much. This is an investment package. I'm running this last investment package deal before the investment deal runs off. It's something I've never done. I'm never going to offer mentoring ever again in the future. But if you were ever to do anything ever, this would be the time. And you get access to the software. So for 2 years. So this will be live in end of this week. So you guys can't really see it now, but it's expensive, right? But there's going to be a 20% these aren't the prices yet, guys. But there's going to be a 25% discount, so it'll bring this down to like $4,000, $5,000. But like I said, you get three years access to the software. This doesn't exist. Like, it pays for itself, and you get stock in the company. So, Tailwind, yeah, DIY Rob, DIY Rob. We're using Tailwind, native Wind for React Native, because you can use native Wind, Tailwind inside of React Native. You don't always do that. We just do normal style sheets most of the time with React Native. But with React on the web, Tailwind is a godsend. It's a lifesaver. But yeah, we're actually using AWS and Postgres for the back end. And we're not using Firebase, which is funny, though, because Firebase just announced Postgres SQL literally just a few months ago, which is really funny. But I didn't want to do NoSQL databases. And if anybody knows, I am a tech guy. I've been an engineer my entire life. Well, not my entire life. There's been a few years where I took a break. But for the most part, I've been in tech my entire life, which is why I'm building software, because I have the knowledge of home services and the years of experience of software and user experience. Software, UI and UX, and just, yeah. Easy All, I have 2 separate businesses. One is called, okay, hold on. Sorry, guys. Let me make sure. We have an exciting interview today, everybody. I am going to run the pre-roll right now. So enjoy these cheesy 5-minute intro while we wait for our guest to come on. All right, guys. So I'm going to run the pre-roll just for a few minutes. Let everybody come in. And hey, Cristobal, I can't hear you, but I think you can hear me, right? Yeah, I don't know. Okay, so Cristobal, I'm going to run the... You can hear me? Can you give me a thumbs up? Okay. All right, guys. I'm excited to announce my guest, but I'm going to run the pre-roll 5 minutes of ads right now. Or not ads, but my like little pre-roll to like let people come in. We got 25 people live right now, Cristobal. So we'll see how many more we get. Oh, 30. We're at 30 live. All right, guys. I'm going to run the pre-roll 5 minutes of just stuff, and then I'm going to introduce Cristobal. So let me find my... How do we do this? Here we go. I'm giving away a $10,000 dump trailer and many more things. I am hosting a live virtual event again. If you missed the first one, we had 700 people live. It was incredible. We are finally going to be launching to the public October 26th. Louis Vandervolk of Blue Crocus Solutions is giving away another $5,000 website. I'm giving away a $10,000 dump trailer and many more things. Click the link in the video description to register for the live virtual event. As a side note, if you guys are interested in beta testing, check the video description down below. I hope to see you at my live virtual event for the public launch.
Hang out. Follow me on my path of becoming a junk removal business titan to building a billion-dollar home services app.
I posted that when I started my YouTube journey 1 year after I registered my business. So I have been planning this business for a long time and thinking about it. And I truly believe, guys, that I can build the next billion-dollar CRM, FSM, CRM, and bring serious value to the home services industry, specifically junk removal first, of course. So enough about me. Let's talk about dispatch. But first, let's talk about what's wrong with the current solutions. There are over 2.5 million home service businesses in America, and 50% of you out there are still using pen and paper. Of the 1.25 million businesses using a CRM today, they're forced to juggle multiple apps for a business number, for marketing, for call tracking, for ad tracking, for payroll, for building a website, for HR. You get the point. Here's a visual of a frustrated blue-collar business owner trying to figure this all out. So as you can see, as you start to scale from an owner-operator, solopreneur, entrepreneur, you start to scale and add more tools when you become a small business. And this poor little guy here, this little chump, he's paying $600 a month in tools. We don't want that. For the other 1.25 million not using software, pen and paper people, it's simply because the current solutions are too expensive and too complicated. But it doesn't need to be. So what's the solution, you ask? Well, Andrew has a solution, and that's why you're all here today. We need a tool that gives you a powerful phone system. We also need call tracking. We also need the ability to connect multiple advertising platforms: Google, Yelp, Facebook, Bing, and TikTok, and all of them, right? But those are the big daddies, which in turn allows us to give you important data so you know if you're making money from your ads. We can give you your CAC, your AJS, average job size, customer acquisition costs, LTV, lifetime value, ROAS, return on ad spend, CAC to LTV ratio, repeat customers, all of this data. But it needs to be done automatically, and it needs to be incredibly easy to set up. This is a frustrated person trying to build IKEA. We don't want that. And it needs to be easy to see your data with an easy to use interface. This is the part nobody has solved. Now, what about marketing tools? Built-in automatic follow-up sequences, so it follows up with leads and clients forever without you having to think about it. Built-in SMS text message blast tools, email blasting tools, Ring voicemail drop blast tools, postcard blast tools. This was incredibly frustrating to me, having to export my contacts and import them into other programs, other marketing tools, just so I could send an email blast, a text message blast, or build sequences in other software such as Go High Level, which is very complicated software. There there was just so much that I had to do, and it was super stressful for even me, a tech guy. And there's so many other features and tools that we're working on, guys. I can make 100 more slides about this, but I'm not going to. I just wanted to cover the top things we're working on right now, but there's a lot. We have been working our asses off for the last 4 months, building the core features needed to even compete in this space to have a CRM. There's a lot to it. Jobs. And when I say jobs, it means creation of jobs, editing jobs, deleting jobs, invoices, estimates, clients, leads, employees, calendar view, map view, reporting, collecting payments, online booking, messaging with clients, job and SMS notifications, and so on. For iOS, Android, and a web app. And these are just the core features needed to compete in this space. It's a big undertaking, big task. It's definitely been quite the challenge, to say the least, guys, but you know your boy Andrew's got it. But I'm proud to finally announce my software. Drum roll! Say hello to. All right, guys. Okay. That was a super smooth transition, huh? What did you guys think of that transition? Say hello to Autopilot. Yeah, I fooled you guys. This whole time, you probably thought it was called Dispatch. Gotcha. Joke's on you guys. It's called Autopilot, and it's because we intend on doing a lot of features automatically for you that makes you...
Hello, everybody. All right, so we have a special guest today I'm going to bring on in just a few minutes. I've been following this gentleman, Cristobal, for a long time now. And let me see who we got. We still got 30 people in here. Okay, so more people will hopefully come in. But anyways, guys, please, if you have questions or comments, ask them. We will get to them. Cristobal will answer any of your questions. But I wanted to start a cleaning business, okay? And I found Cristobal. I wanted to start a sister company of cleaning, and I found this guy from some YouTube channel, Upflip or something like that, and he was doing like $1.5 million a year in cleaning. And I bought his course. Yes, yours truly bought a course. His course was mind-blowing, and I'm not trying to be a fucking salesman here, but he was the one who inspired me on how to automate the VA hiring and how to use online. Like, there was so much value in his course. It was, and I started my cleaning business. And a lot of you have seen my journey. I started my cleaning business, but I did it for only 2 to 4 weeks. And I decided, okay, I can't build software and start a fucking another company. It's just not possible. So I had to ex-nay the cleaning company, but there was massive potential in cleaning. And why I'm bringing this guest on today, because we're in junk removal, is because I get asked all the time, will you clean my house? Will you clean my house? Do you have cleaning also? And I was like, you know what? What if I started a cleaning business? So I thought it might be interesting to some people. Cristobal kills it in the cleaning space. He has so much value that even me, a tech nerd, learned from his course. So without further ado, Cristobal, the one and only who runs Queen Bee Cleaning, and I think he'll verify right now, I think 1.5 million a year. So hey, Cristobal, let me add you here, and all right, what's up, Cristobal?
Hey, Andrew, man, excited to be back, man. Thank you for having me, and really excited. You know, I was really stunned by the intro. I remember last time we spoke, you were like, I'm gonna build the best app in the service industry.
That was like a year ago.
Exactly, and you know the things that we discussed and what a CRM will need. It was it's a big undertaking. You know, the whole features and all that stuff.
It's
and
huge.
I was thinking that you really did it, man.
Oh,
That's awesome.
it's so I'm gonna tell you this. It's a lot to build. You need, not to toot my own horn, but if you were to build software like this and you weren't an engineer, you would need millions of dollars. Because think about you. We'll get into this but I think you used Jobber, if I recall, to build Jobber would cost a non-technical engineer millions. Me and my business partner built it for free. I mean, you know, we raised some money, but for 1 year, we have been iOS, Android, but we'll talk about autopilot later. But yes, I remember,
awesome,
you
man.
know,
No,
I want to learn more about you, but I remember I hit you up and I was like, hey, Cristobal, I bought your cleaning course. You know, you're amazing. Your content's amazing. And guys, sorry, real quick, ask your questions. I promise. Oh, honey, you're good. Oh, can you bring me my headphones? My girl's saying I have echo. I think it's my headphones. Echo on Cristobal's mic, or is it mine? Bring me my headphones, babe. She's watching my live with our kids in the other room.
there you go.
But yeah, Cristobal. So, you know, why don't we just dive in? But yeah, dude, it's so awesome dude, I can't get over the course. I'm sorry. Your course was incredible. Like, guys, we'll plug his shit at the end. But it's not just cleaning. Like, I learned so much from your course. It inspired my course. I have a course too.
I'm glad that I was able to give you some golden nuggets that you were able
Your
to
your
light you up.
VA, your virtual assistant changed my. So I was scared to cross the world of VAs because everybody's worried about, like, they're not going to close as well. They're not going to close. I'm going to lose sales. But that's the whole point. Is if you want to scale, you make up for it in volume. But I don't want to go on a tangent too much, Cristobal. I want people to know. Let's start from the beginning. Tell people who you are, what you're doing, what your company is, how much you're making. Just give us the high level, because I'll go on tangents forever. So I'm going to let you talk now.
No problem, Andrew. It's all good, brother. Yeah, well, a little bit about me. I migrated from Mexico back in 2004. I lived in Seattle for about 20 years. 11 years ago, to be exact, my wife decided to start a cleaning company while I was selling cars at the time. And I just didn't think it was a good idea, to be honest. I was like, cleaning? I don't know. I don't see myself doing this. But I decided to help my wife. And my wife and her best friend, 3 months in, they were bringing more money than I was bringing in sales. And I'm like, wow, there's money in this industry. So I decided to, give it a shot, and here we are. 11 years later, we have about 23 employees, 2 part-times, and 3 VAs, 2 from the Philippines, 1 from the Netherlands.
Ooh,
Yeah,
I'm going to have questions about that later.
yeah, absolutely. So, and now we recently moved from Seattle, Washington to Atlanta, Georgia. So I moved last November, and this January we decided to, hey, we have everything. We already know how to start a cleaning business. Let's start another location. So now we have 2 locations. We have the Seattle location and the Atlanta location.
So you did start the Atlanta location, right?
That is correct. Yes.
Nice. How's it going so far?
It's a little bit different. I honestly thought, having 11 years in the Seattle market, I already know, what works, what ads to run, what offers to promote. I'm just gonna copy and paste, and
Not that easy.
It was not as straightforward.
Yeah.
There is actually the sales cycle is different. People here still a little bit worried about giving me their credit card over the phone versus in Seattle, they don't care.
Oh, you take credit card over the phone. Yeah, and
That's
cleaning.
right.
Yeah.
And so people are like, I don't feel comfortable, giving you my credit card. I'm like, well, I can send you a link. And they're still like, no, I'd rather pay you when you're here. So it's just a little bit different adjustment that we had to do.
Yep.
And then there's also pricing, right? It's a different market. So also we had to adjust the pricing accordingly. But here we are, my friend. And yeah.
So how many employees do you have back in your Seattle location? 23, or is that 20?
That location has the 23 full-time employees, and
How much?
22 so
Sorry, go ahead. Sorry, my bad.
22 cleaners and 1. You can say the general manager, who's the person who's helping me,
Who's running it?
really, buying the supplies, taking care of the laundry, buying the chemicals and everything. So, and it's also a floater. So it's like whenever a cleaner doesn't show up.
So what was your revenue for that what's your revenue for that
Okay,
branch?
so for Seattle, it came down a little bit because I stopped taking on Airbnbs. I was really heavy on managing Airbnb rentals.
Oh, I
And
remember you telling
last
me about
year,
that. Yeah.
remember I was doing at that time when I was doing residential and Airbnbs, I was doing 1.5, and last year I decided to stop taking on more Airbnb. So I still kept the Airbnb customers that we had, but I decided to stop taking on more. And the
Mm-hmm.
reason is because it's very hard to scale. You can only clean so many homes during the summer when it's like the high season for Airbnbs, and it's back to back between 11 and 3 p.m. and then you have to do the laundry. And it was just the more customers I will take on Airbnb, the more strain it will put on our resources. So I decided, hey, I'm gonna stop taking on those type of customers. I'm just gonna focus on residential and then start venturing into commercial.
Did your margins, or not margins, did your revenue go down when you stopped taking Airbnb, but your
Yeah,
margins got better?
that is correct. That the bottom line got better. So last year we did 1.2. So from one, we went from 1.5 to 1.2. So we took about $300,000, I guess, gross loss.
Right, right.
But in the bottom line, it's actually better because I don't have as much labor as before.
And I can imagine the stress
It
of
was
Airbnb.
incredible.
Yeah. So why don't we, since we're talking about that, why don't you tell people what Airbnb cleaning is and how it differentiates between residential and why you stopped
Yeah,
doing
no,
Airbnb?
absolutely. So essentially, the Airbnb cleaning or vacation rental cleaning, it's a very detailed cleaning. So every time that guest checks out, you have to get in there, clean top to bottom, appliances in and out, make the beds, do the laundry, and you need to do that between 11 and 3. So that is the one of the constraints, right? The fact that
Those stupid ass hotel check-in times. You got to
the
like,
12 check-in
yeah,
hours.
it's yeah. I hate that. I hate that as a guest. But so you have to. What are the hours again that you usually have to do it?
So the guests, they have to check out by 11, and good luck with that because you will
Good.
show up at 11,
Yeah.
and then they're still like, oh, we need like some time, and now you're waiting there
Oh
for,
God, how often does that happen?
oh, that very often. So that really
They're hungover or drunk still or oh
uh-huh.
God, yeah.
And so
Okay.
that is one of the major issues we run into, right? And now you have to do 20 of those right now between 11 and 3,
Uh,
like, and then do the laundry on top of that.
I'm already getting frustrated just thinking about it.
Yes,
Yeah.
and so I really try to systematize as much as possible. I made a deal with a local laundromat that it will offer, free delivery and pickup. I got a really good deal with them. But even so, I remember my CPA told me this. He's like, Chris, out of your services that you offer, deep cleans, move outs, recurring cleanings like residentials
Uh-huh.
and Airbnbs, your highest gross or net margins, where you make the most is move outs. That's great, but they're not recurring, right? So you have to constantly look for move outs. Deep cleans, same thing. They're good margins, but they are not recurring. Their bread and butter is really the recurring, the residential homes versus Airbnb is recurring. It's a lot like daily cleanings, but the labor that it requires to do that type of cleaning, it's very high. So your margins, are very small.
Uh-huh.
So yeah,
So I'm pulling up something really quick. I want to show you something funny. So you want to know what while we're on Airbnb? Sorry, I got super distracted. That's who I am. So you want to know what I hate about Airbnb is they charge you, and I think a lot of people know about this, the cleaning fee, right? I don't know if this. Tell me if you see my screen. I'm going to share my screen. Do you see my screen?
not yet.
Do you you probably only see it on if you're on the YouTube channel. I'm going to read a review that I got, okay? I pulled up my
Okay.
Airbnb profile. This guy left me a review. Andrew was great at communicating. The space was left fairly messy. Dishes not done, trash left outside, furniture moved, and not exactly sure what's scattered around the floor. Otherwise, a fine guest. This motherfucker left me a bad review because I didn't do the dishes. And you know what I'm about to say, right? I paid a cleaning fee.
That is.
I contacted Airbnb. I fucking cussed this dude out. I was so freaking pissed.
Yeah, I bet, man. That's crazy.
And because I paid $100 cleaning fee. And I was just like, how dare you? How fucking, I didn't do the dishes. So anyways, I don't know. Yeah, I was so fucking mad, bro. But anyways, okay. So anyways, why don't we go into, let's go back a little bit really quick. What made you decide to do the cleaning business? Like, was it what, how did you get into the cleaning business? Like, what inspired you to do the cleaning? Is it just because, tell me.
Yeah, no. So I was really not into even in the entrepreneur mind at all. I had a very good job. Like I said, I was selling cars. So working from behind the desk on a computer, and being bilingual, I always had an edge when it comes to sales because I would sell to Spanish and to English speaking people. So I was always making good money doing that, and plus I had benefits, insurance, all the full meal. I'm really happy. It was my wife. My wife got a job at a cleaning company, and after a couple weeks, it was really after she got her first paycheck, when she's like, Chris, we should open a cleaning business. And I'm like, I don't know. We never opened a business before.
So your wife was cleaning. She was working for a cleaning company. Molly Maid? I'm just kidding.
No, it was a local company. It was called, oh my God, I don't remember the name. It was not a franchise. It was like a private company. And I remember they made my wife create a business license so they can get paid as a subcontractor. And so I'm like, okay. And then from there, that was the regional license. And
interesting.
So, yeah, and it's funny. I was very lazy to even create like a name, and so I just put her name. I said Mendoza's Cleaning, right? I'm like, whatever. Let's just put a name. And
they wanted her to actually open up a business so they could,
so she could get paid as a subcontractor. Correct.
And then W-9 her EIN number.
Correct. Exactly.
Cool.
Exactly. Yeah. And so. Yeah, one thing led to another. She tells me, hey, we should open it. I remember I said no. We were having dinner, and I'm like, that sounds very, I couldn't picture it. And usually when I'm about to do something, I try to visualize it. And if I don't visualize it, I'm like, I don't see myself doing it. And this was one of those reasons, times when I'm like, I don't see myself doing this. But it was enough to just give me this curiosity. And next day I was like at the dealership, and I'm like, you know what? Maybe it's a good time to start a business. And so I decided to help her. 3 months in, she's making more money than me. And that was the attractive part, because it was only her friend and herself. And we were undercharging. I didn't know how to charge, so I was just, $50, $100, $150.
Right.
I was just winging it. And so one thing led to another. I'm like, this is good money and it's recurring revenue. That was 11 years ago when I started realizing, every week, every 2 weeks, every 3 weeks, every 4, and people were staying on the calendar. And next thing you know, we're making 10,000, 15,000 a month, 20,000 a month. And so, yeah, that's how it started.
That's crazy. So your wife was a cleaner.
That's right.
And then they made her set up a EIN number, a business. And that's kind of what just slowly snowballed the idea. Just, you're like, hey, we're registering a business. Why not?
Why not? Exactly.
Okay. And this was in Seattle?
That's in Seattle, correct? That was, yeah.
So it's kind of funny because junk removal, I get asked all the time, house clean outs, do you provide cleaning services? Or, it just seems like it makes sense. I don't know why more junk removal companies don't do it. Because I feel like you can just go hire a few people and start like testing the waters with it. That was my idea initially. But real quick, So in junk removal, the average job size, I'll just tell you right now, you know what junk removal is, right? We're the guys who
Yes.
come before the cleaning. We take all the
Yep.
shit out, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So we'll take those bed bug mattresses out. We'll take all the shit and trash out. I'm sure you've ran into situations where they wanted you to. Have you ever actually been in that situation where you're like,
They
hey,
want us to remove stuff.
we're like, yo, we can't, you guys need to get junk removal first, and then we'll come in.
Correct. That's true.
So what's your average job size in the cleaning business? In my junk, so I'll tell you right now, the national average in junk removal, a job, it really depends on how good you are at pricing and what state, obviously. But I'd say the people on the low end, average job size, I've seen on the bad, like where you just are undercharging, 250 average job size. But I mean, we get $15,000 jobs here and there. And then on the high end, I've seen 600. I was in the middle, 400. What's your average job size in your cleaning business?
It's close. So our minimum job ticket it's 180. So that's the smallest job we can take.
What? 190?
180. 180.
180? That's my minimum pickup was 150. Damn, you're so,
Yeah,
so
so it's
yo, 180.
So yeah, yes. So it's 3 hours, basically $60 per hour per man hour. So that's 180. So that's the smallest job we do. So, but then, like you said, we get sometimes jobs up to 600, 500, 400. But if I average out the jobs through in the month, our average is 320.
That's pretty. And what's your margins in this space? Like if you pulled in 1.2 million, what's your margins?
Great question. When we were smaller, our margin was higher, so we were keeping around 25%. I remember when we hit the 1 million, it dropped to about 18%.
Yep.
Sometimes
That's
15%.
and that's a part of the further I've noticed, the further you get away from the business.
Yes,
But that's also the beauty in it.
Yeah, because you're delegating now.
And you try to make up in volume. Of course, the goal is to make up in volume and scale. But like
Exactly.
300K and you're busting your ass day and night,
Right.
or 180,000 and you just do nothing.
Exactly.
So that's crazy, man.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
300.
Yeah,
So what'd you say? 320?
320 is about this
Oh,
average.
real quick. Let me pin this. I've actually had a couple people ask about your course. And guys, I'm not pitching his course. I'm like being honest. I bought his course, and it is worth every fucking penny. And it's very, where I'm going to pin it to the YouTube video right now. Where can they find it?
I left a link there.
Let me see. Where'd you leave the link?
It's just right, almost at the top of the chat.
Oh shit. Here, guys, ask your questions. Hold on. Oh, there it is. No, I see your let's go comment. I don't see, hold on, let me scroll. Type it one more time.
There you go.
Okay, let it pop up. All right, guys. So please ask your questions. And so, okay, so what's going on with your second location? I'm not seeing, maybe you're typing in an interview chat. Hold on. Let me pull up the interview chat. No, I'm not. Let me go to, oh, there. Nope, that's somebody else. Yeah, I'm not. Are you where are you typing it? Here, just what's the website? Is it Cristobal?
If you go to cristobalmondragon.com.
Yeah, let me Cristobal Mondragon. Sorry, guys. If you guys, you know what's funny, Cristobal? Can I tell you something? Can I tell you a secret?
Yeah.
You promise not to get mad?
No.
So I was inspired by your. Okay, guys, the link is there. There's his website. Your VA course inside of your course, how you set up the Gmail filters and all that stuff.
Oh, yes.
And with the Google form.
Yes, that is pretty neat because I'm glad that you.
Oh,
mentioned that.
It's one of the most powerful things. So I put that in my course. I did my own training on that because, dude, we have. I swear by VAs. A VA will change your life. Even if you start part-time, $300 a month. Start part-time.
Absolutely.
Change your life. But most people don't think like, what can I delegate to them? There's so much you can delegate to.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And you can hire one of them so they can help you systematize everything.
Dude, it's the most game-changing thing.
It's
So,
incredible. No, and I'm glad, it's when I started first hiring VAs, the problem is not getting the applicants. You get hundreds of applicants, and that one makes it hard. Now you're like, okay, out of this pool of 100 people, who is the right person to go and
yeah.
hire? And yeah, that method that you mentioned, it really filters everything. It filters the not so good VAs, and then just sends
Yeah.
you the A players.
I'm not gonna lie though. I'm not gonna lie. You know your little trick question you put in about like the age.
Yes. Oh, they need to
Sometime,
pay attention.
yeah. Sometimes I'll go through the people that even put the wrong, but like it's still. I'm just like, really, you didn't read to the last
I
sentence.
know they're
Um,
really good, but they didn't pay attention to that.
yeah, no, it sucks because I use that trick on a lot, even with all kinds of other positions, and I'm just like,
Uh-huh.
man, really, you checked every other box. You
But
say
that one
this, but you fucked up on the most
on the
basic
detail, on the
question.
detail.
Yeah,
Yes, absolutely, man.
yeah,
No, I'm glad that you really found value because I truly believe, right? We have such an amazing opportunity as a business owners. There is a lot of stuff that you can outsource for a fraction of the cost. Why not do it?
exactly. Oh, it's the. Have you ever heard of Dan Martell?
Yes. Oh, I love his book, The Buy Back Your Time.
Buyback time. Yep.
Listen, I am testing where I never had a personal virtual assistant that handles my email. I'm
Yep.
very
I
well.
did it.
I
I
like to
did
do
it.
my
I
so
did it.
it's like I'm still
That
working with
was
her.
so that was the number one thing in buyback time is give inbox access,
Access to
right?
someone
Calendar and inbox.
in the inbox. Yeah.
So I did it. I don't
Dude.
check my email anymore. She tells
Oh, dude,
me
it's so refreshing.
what's what
I just
go
need to
ahead.
stop checking it myself though because I know she's checking it, but I still have this bug of like
I know
I wanna make sure.
I still check it. I still check it, but it's so nice to know that she zeroes it out and tells me,
Yes,
what's
the
important.
stuff. The
Yeah.
important stuff. Yeah, 100%, brother.
So let me ask you this: your cleaning business.
Yep.
Let's go to what most people want to hear. Let's. I know what most people want to know is okay. I have two. The question that most people have is going to be, where do your leads come from? Right?
Yes.
How did you get business? And I know the answer is going to differ from the beginning, and that's what most people fail to when I interview. Not when I interview people, but when I talk to people in general, is they'll talk about what they're doing now, but that's not how they survived in the beginning.
Right.
Like in the beginning, I was doing XYZ. Now it's I have Yelp. So why don't you tell me like what you did in the beginning to get
Yeah.
your business off the ground? How did you get leads? Because sometimes the answer is you just went door to door, or maybe
Absolutely.
maybe me, it was I crushed Google ads from the very beginning. That's not most people. But so
Yeah.
what did you do in the beginning to grow, and what are you doing now to sustain?
Perfect. Perfect. I love that question. Well, when I started, all I knew it was Craigslist. That was 11 years ago. Everybody was selling on Craigslist. It was like the market to go real buy services, cars, whatever. So I will post. In back in the day, it was free. It was the service section was free, so you could post as many times as you wanted.
It was
So what I
free
did,
11 years ago.
11 years, it was total free, and it will allow you to create these, clickable images, and I will send people to my website. But it was a tedious job. So I did a little bit of research, and I found a software. I'm pretty sure it still exists. It's called Clad Genius. And so basically what it is an auto poster for Craigslist. So I will load like 10 different variations of a Craigslist ad, and I will let the software post it for me 24/7, all day, every day.
Yep.
And then, to increase more sales, I will duplicate these ads, but I will put a different phone number to make it look like it's a different company. And believe it
Yeah,
or
getting
not, it
getting
will call
tricky
me
with it.
again. Yep, and that's how I started the business at the beginning because I
So
didn't know anything about
Craig's
reviews.
mostly Craigslist,
Mostly Craigslist, yep,
and
mostly Craigslist.
you got business from that.
Absolutely, that's how
Now, do
I
you
grew the
do
business.
Craigslist anymore?
I still do, and look,
You
it's
still
a
put
trick that you have to do. The way I do it, now you have ChatGPT, guys. All you need to do is go and create 3 different ads with 3 different angles. First, you need to think about like, okay, what is my ideal customer? right? For me, I can tell you it's like homeowners or professionals who make more than 100,000 a year, right? That is my ideal customer. So with that information, I can go to ChatGPT and say, hey, write me an ad for my company and make it, with an angle for homeowners and make me another one for professionals. Boom, and now you have two different angles. Watch, and but you need to be posted daily. It's only $5 per ad, so it's
Yeah.
about $10 per day. It's
Yeah.
very minimal the investment.
Depending how congested you are in your city, you post
Right.
more. So like
Exactly.
when I was in Ventura County, 900,000 population of Ventura County, I posted 3 times a day. Okay, I did morning.
Yeah.
I did a 10 a.m. I didn't do too early because shit would start stacking over me. So I did 10 a.m. I did 1 p.m. and then I did a 5 p.m. So I did 2 or 3 times a day. In Los Angeles, motherfuckers were posting, companies were posting 4 or 5 times a day. But I did the
Yeah.
same
Oh,
tactic.
yeah.
I did the same tactic. I did a different tactic where I posted one that was family friendly fun, right? Like more fun and family friendly. And I did like
Yeah.
1 or 2 of those. And then I did one that was more like professional, like it
Yeah.
looked like a legit company, like that a company would hire. So I had the really super professional one. And then I had the, hey, look at me. It's me and my kid in front of a truck, right? That's what I did.
I love
So
it. Yeah.
I did two versions.
I love it. And, and people will call you from different, like, 'cause
Yeah, some people want 1-800-GOT-JUNK commercials. Some people want
That's
Molly
right.
Maid. Some people
That's
want Molly Maid, right? I imagine some people want. Do you have a Molly Maid? Is that nationwide?
yeah, they have Molly May there.
Yeah.
Yes, man. No, it's you nailed it, brother. So that's what I started, right? That was the first marketing channel that I knew that I could use. Once that I made money, the next one was Yelp. I didn't even know
Yelp.
about Yelp. They called me
Yelp.
and they were like, "Hey, we got these many searches in your area about house cleaning and blah blah blah." I did not want to do it, and I rejected them for quite a few times. But eventually, one lady called me and said, "If you spend $300, we'll give you a $300 credit." And I'm like, "Oh, well, let's do that."
Yeah.
Well, to my surprise, I started getting leads, and that was like my second marketing channel that I started using. From there, it even evolved into Google local service ads. I tried pay per click a couple times without success until eventually I found an agency that was affordable and I still use it and it's giving me good results on pay per click. But now lately I started doing Facebook as well, and so now it's a combination of everything. I have pay per click will be my number one channel. That's where I spend most of my marketing budget.
Where?
Pay per click keywords
On
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 Google
where?
Ads. Google Ads,
So normal Google Ads.
normal Google Ads. So I spend about 2,500, sometimes 3K a month, so about $100 per day, and depends on the month, right? And that's per location. The second marketing channel would be Facebook ads. That I spend $25 per day per location, so that's 1,500 per month for both, and then Craigslist again for both locations, and that's it.
So how does Yelp? Okay, so Yelp, as you know, I'm assuming you know, they sell your lead to multiple people,
Now I
right?
saw that the other day. I checked. I was looking. I was like, I think I was trying to send me a message or something, and then it gave me the option to actually contact another providers or something along the line. So it was very, very clever the way they make it. And now they sell your lead to other people.
You can
Yeah,
even did you know that you can pay $150 a month? I forget the price, where you can see other people's leads. Did you see that feature?
I did not.
So you can go pay extra money in your account. I think it's
That's
100, and you could see the leads that other. So let's say I go to Queen Bee Cleaning, and I go request Queen Bee Cleaning directly on your profile. If I go to Queen Bee Cleaning and say, "Hey, clean my house, please,"
uh-huh.
another business can see that I requested you and reach out. It's a
What?
fee. Such total. Go look for that feature. Total bullshit. Total bullshit. So,
That's crazy.
so my major question is, how the fuck do you survive on Yelp? Because that's the most competitive. They're selling your lead. So, is it text messages or calls or message leads or call? How do you compete in that space?
Great question. So when you're creating the campaign, it will always tell you recommended, setup, and it's like get leads inside the app. If you turn that on, you're gonna get a ton of leads that are just gonna waste your time. The way I will do it is I will turn off the lead message off, completely off. No
Call only.
messages through the app, and then I will force people to go to my website. And now on
Oh,
the website,
not even a call, just
not
website
even
only.
go to the website, and now there they can call me, submit a chat or a quote.
So you've had the best experience with going to the website, not message or call.
Correct. Uh-huh.
Really? So I thought call would be best, but not even that.
So that's how I did it, and it worked really well.
Okay, cool. Damn. All right, I'm gonna go through some of these questions real quick. Okay, we got a lot of people. Okay, so I'm in South Florida. Big business is big here. Giorgio asks, how do you go about insurance and liabilities? Giorgio asks, what do you use? General.
So go to Simply Business Insurance. So they're an online broker. Just look up for a liability insurance. You need at least $1 million in coverage. That's like the most common, and you're gonna get 3-4 different quotes from different providers.
What's it called? Simply Business.
Simply Business.
Simply Business, and they'll let you know which is the cheapest general liability.
Correct. So they'll do, enter your information, what type of cleaning you're going to offer.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Exterior, and, how much do you expect to make in the first year? What is your location?
Have you heard of Next Insurance?
I have, yes. It's actually pretty similar to Simply Business.
Yeah,
yes.
Next Insurance is really cheap. That's who I had for junk removal, but they don't insure every state. Let's see. Here in Phoenix, the average house cleaner is $22 an hour. It is insane to clean some of these houses, but you can contract a cleaner. Okay, that's the state. What kind of clean? Janitorial, deep clean, how much more, and what would you charge? A type of clean out, eviction, blah, blah. Okay, so her first question is, what type of cleaning do you do? Deep cleans, janitorial, and then how much more do you charge based on normal versus eviction? So what type of cleaning do you do?
Yeah. So we offer really 4. So we offer recurring cleaning, which is for inhabited homes, with families. The ticket price ranges from 180 being the smallest, like I said, to like 300, 280, or somewhere around that. Deep cleanings are not recurring jobs that are just here and there. Those are average about $400 per job. Then the highest margin, it will be move outs. That's when you have to clean top to bottom, inside appliances, windows, blinds, everything, because it needs to be clean so that people can move in. That the minimum is $550, and they can range up to $1,000 depending on size.
So I have a question for you. Why don't you do commercial?
I'm about to start. So as a matter of fact, when I move here, I'm like, you know what? I have a new location where I can really test something different. And so here my efforts is being residential and commercial. And
why haven't you in the past?
I tried at the beginning, to be honest. I thought that was going to be our type of customer, offices. But the phone was ringing always for residential customers. So I just decided to just focus on that.
Double down on what was working.
One was working at the time. Mm-hmm.
Okay, which ad did better? So I guess this guy's asking which ad platforms have done the best for you. Like if you had a ROAS, return on ad spend, what's been the best? Like if you had to say right now, you put in $100,000 in one platform, where are you going to get the most money back?
Pay-per-click.
Normal Google ads, of course, because you can customize everything with Google ads. And guys, I have an entire course on Google ads. I teach you how to run Google ads. Google ads are the best return on investment, but also the quickest way to drain your bank account if you don't do it right. Yeah. Most people go like through the smart campaign, and they just blow their money.
Yeah,
and even if you do an expert campaign, if you have bad copy, bad text, bad landing page, Like it's
Yeah,
too easy.
yeah.
It's too
Everything
easy to
needs
fuck up.
everything
Yep.
needs to be in point.
It's the best and the worst.
It's true. Yes.
Cameron asked, would autopilot work for weekly trash service? Yes, it will. Not right now, not in beta, but we're going to have reoccurring, and we're going to have credit card on file. We're going to have all that stuff. It's not available now, but it will be in by October 25th. Jamie asks, Yelp can take your money and there's absolutely nothing you can do about it. Free Yelp. Just make sure you can cancel the paid form or they will bill you. I lost $600. So what do you have to say about Yelp taking your money?
Yeah, no.
While you answer that question, not to pee really bad, just answer.
No
She's basically saying Yelp stole her money. I'm going to go pee real quick though. Sorry.
No problem. So here's what I know about Yelp. So if you want to run ads on Yelp, at least give it a shot. You really want to have reviews. If you don't have at least 2 reviews, I will say if you have 1 or nothing, I'm pretty sure you're gonna spend some ads and not see results, and you're gonna think it doesn't work. So I will say focus on getting at least 2 reviews, and that's the hardest part on Yelp, right? Getting the reviews to stick. If the person who left you the review is not a Yelper, then most likely that review will get filtered, and then nobody can see that. So that is the hardest part. But if you are able to get reviews on Yelp, I will say try it for a full month. I will turn off, like I said, the internal leads message feature, and I will optimize just for website visits. Now, for this to work, make sure that when people visit your website, it's easy to navigate on mobile because that's where more people are going to come from, and that there's a easy call to action button for call you, text you, get a quote, or start a chat with you. And if you do this, you will see results.
I'm so glad you mentioned that because that is the hardest part on Yelp is getting reviews to stick.
Yeah.
So, is there a way around that, or is it just you got to hope somebody's
It's
a Yelper?
so dumb because I remember when I was chatting with them, asking why there is legit people leaving me legit reviews and they get filtered. And I remember the answer of the reps were like, well, they need to Yelp or leave reviews on other Yelp businesses. So basically, being active Yelpers. And I'm like, you can see there's people who have like hundreds of reviews in their profiles, and then they still get filtered. So it's
Yeah.
something else.
Yeah, it's annoying, man. I got like 25 reviews on Yelp. I send everybody to Google. I have 700 reviews on Google. So I sold my company 8 months ago, but I got like 30 reviews on Yelp and only 2 show up. It's so fucking frustrating. So, let me go through some more comments. Any advice on getting commercial cleaning contracts? A&G Farm asks. That's what he wants to target.
Yeah, no. Well, definitely you wanna go. You wanna decide what type of commercial business you wanna go after, right? There's tons of them. In my case, to keep it simple, I'm gonna go after apartment complexes to offer my move-out cleaning services. I'm gonna go after wedding venues, and I'm also gonna go after insurance offices. Right? They're easy to clean. It's not clinics where you need to have sometimes special certifications and stuff like this. I just want to just get in, clean, and leave. Right? So I will focus on some type of industry. And the reason behind this is because you're gonna need to scrape data. The way I do it is I scrape, for example, wedding venues in the Seattle area. Then I'm gonna get the
Ooh.
contact number of those people.
Wait,
And
what
then
did you
I'm
say?
gonna-
Wedding venues?
Wedding venues, yeah. So
Ah.
every time, yeah, oh yeah, those are good ones. And so every time there's an event, they have to clean, and so this is what I will. You will create an email sequence. There's tons of softwares out there, high level, Mailchimp, you name it. And
You know what the best software is that I'm using right now
what is it?
for emails, bro?
Mhm.
It's have you heard it Instantly?
Uh-uh.
Ooh.
Oh wow! Instantly.
Instantly AI. So you can buy 10 domains and get 3 mailbox per domain. And this software
Wow.
so you connect 30 Gmail accounts, 10 Gmail accounts with 3 mailboxes. So basically per Gmail account, and it warms up for 2 weeks. It sends fake emails back and forth between each other,
Just to warm him up.
warming up your Gmail accounts for 2 to 3 weeks. When it and it lets you know when it, bro, it's game. We'll talk about this. We'll talk about this is more advanced stuff, guys. We'll talk about this later. But I scraped 40,000 junk removal businesses with scraping software. We'll talk about this off camera later.
Yes,
but
yes.
this is advanced shit, guys.
Yes, right,
but yeah.
that's right.
Anyways, yeah. Keep going.
So yeah, that's what you really want to do, right? It's like, okay, would you want to go after and choose one industry, because you have to scrape data, and if you choose too many industries, then you have to scrape a lot of data, and then you have to create or craft different messages to approach these people, and it just makes it hard. So you really want to just focus on one industry, try it, contact them, pitch your services. Some people will tell you to fuck off, but that's okay, right? It's you only need a handful to say yes,
Yep.
and then go after those ones.
Are you still using the software? I don't know if you want to. You can mention it if you don't want to, but the software that gives you quality contact information.
Seamless AI.
Seamless,
Yes.
yeah, they're expensive. They finally dropped a monthly. They finally let you do monthly now.
Oh, really? They have monthly.
They have monthly.
My renewal is in October, so my yearly renewal. And I remember last year they offered me the same price because they
100
raised it a little bit.
150 bucks a month. 150 bucks a month.
Wow, that's better. That's
So
way
yeah,
better.
Seamless AI, and then I have a scraping tool that I talk about, and then so the scraping tool the scraping tool that I talk about, my secret scrape. I'll tell you about it later. Can't tell you guys on camera because this is like some private. This is shit I don't want public because it's not expensive, and if people knew about this software, it would be. Yeah, you can ask me later, but that combined with instantly AI, you can scrape 5,000 commercial apartment buildings for junk removal or cleaning, and you could put them on email sequences every 2 weeks, and it just keeps blasting this software that I like, dude. If you guys don't have Cristobal's course or my course, you guys are sleeping on like I have some crazy. I learned a lot from your course too, Cristobal. But let me keep going through these. Jeffrey says at the very least you should have a free Yelp. Absolutely, you should be everywhere. Moving Jamie says just don't ever make them mad, and even okay, these are statements. Hey guys, if you have any questions, just ask. Let me see. Let me just go through. Okay, so I think I asked all these questions. So okay, I'll just ask questions then. So I have some more detailed questions. More questions. Guys, we got like 10 minutes left, so please ask your questions. Cristobal, you've been awesome. So what's the hardest part about the cleaning business? And I want you to think back to the beginning, not to now, because now I know what the problem is. Now is operations, scaling. That's what was the hardest part in the beginning? Because, for me in the beginning, it was, I mean, I guess this is not for everybody, but I'll give you an example. The hardest part for me in the beginning was, it's always going to be getting leads. It's the most, but it also was the physical labor, right? That was the hardest part for me because I was never a physical labor guy. So when you started your business, what was the hardest thing in the beginning to growing it? Was, like just try to really think back. And then what's the hardest part now?
That is a great question, and you will be amazed and surprised. It's still the same problem I have today. It's the hardest part of this business is getting good people to stick with you. It's hard because it's a physical work, and most people think, well, cleaning doesn't sound hard, right? It's not hard. Anybody can do it, but try to do 2 move-outs per day after 5 days in a row. You're gonna be like, you know what? Maybe there's other ways to make money, and so that's just it, right? It's very hard to get people to really enjoy what they do, to enjoy what they clean, right? And then
you gotta pay.
And there's a lot of churn in my industry.
Yep. It's so even if what do you pay your cleaners?
It was in different ways. I've tried at the beginning. It was by the hour, and I did that for many years, and when I was moving the move across country, I knew I needed to change that because, when you're paying by the hour, the employees will always figure out to milk the clock. 5 minutes here, 5 minutes there,
Uh huh.
and that was happening while we were there. So I'm like, when we leave, nobody's gonna watch them. They're gonna start clocking earlier and then start clocking after, and so there's gonna start adding up. So I decided to replace that paid method and use what is called pay for performance.
P for P, Mike Andes.
That is
Does that work?
it does work. It works really well, and the trick was to convince the people to change to make the switch though, because now they were like getting paid by the hour plus tips, right? And now I'm here saying, okay, guys, starting next month, you're not gonna get paid by the hour anymore. You're gonna get paid on percentage. You're gonna get basically a commission for
Wait,
every
so
commission.
is P for P just commission?
Pretty much, yeah. So it's based on the production they make. The more they perform, the more they make. And
So
and so
basically, is it commission? Is that at the end of the day, is
it's a
it
commission
commission?
basically, right? It starts
Okay.
at 40%
Why?
per.
I see Mike Andes in his. Mike Andes, right? He's
Yeah,
all over
I
YouTube. He
that's right.
preaches P for P, but I've never looked into it because, like,
It's funny that you mention me because that's where I learned it from.
yeah, no, I
That's
mean,
the guy
he has
I
a he
went
has
to
a
a webinar
book. He has
with
a
him.
book on P for P.
He has a book and he has a company in Washington, in Bellingham, Washington, and he had an event where he was teaching landscapers how to use P2P. And I went to that event. I'm like, oh, I'm not a
Oh,
landscaper, but it's very similar business. So I learned more about it and I decided to implement it. Now the trick was to convince the people. They were like, oh no, what if you don't, get enough jobs? That means I'm not gonna get enough money. And so what if this? What if that? A lot of what ifs. And I
Yeah.
remember I said, listen, guys, let's try it for a full month. You know, let's give it a full 30 days. And if you guys make less than you were making, well, let's go back to the hourly rate. That was the way that I was able to convince them. So now I switch them over to pay for P, and now they're making more money, right? And and now I say, okay,
Sorry.
you can even increase this performance by saying, hey, do you want to make more than 40%? Hey, show up on time, make sure that there's no callbacks, make sure that you have the uniform, make sure that you have all the tools and supplies and you bring them in good shape. Then I'll pay you 45%. So that right there, most people want to make an extra buck, so they will go the extra mile to make that another percent, right? Like another 5%.
Yep. I looked into P for P, but not enough. I couldn't convince myself to switch over to P for B,
Give it a
junk
shot.
removal.
Give it a
Yeah,
shot.
I was worried I'd lose money in junk removal because junk removal is like there's no repeat or reoccurring and everything is so fucking random in junk removal. I was scared because some days are so bad and some days are
Yes.
so good. But we have a couple questions. Let me see. Jamie asks, "Who is the 1-800 got junk to the cleaning industry? Does that exist? Is there?"
I don't think
I don't think
that.
so. There's no cleaning company. I've heard of Molly Maid, but I wouldn't like. There's no like.
I don't.
Yeah.
No. Uh-uh.
Nothing comes to mind for me. I've seen Molly Maid because I'm in Los Angeles, but I wouldn't call Molly Maid. I would Google the best reviews and try to see who's the, I would just Google cleaning company near me. Do you have to check cleaning at first? Do they send photos, videos? Because cleaning is a lot different. Some cannot clean to say, how do you get them to
Nice.
do? So I guess, how do you deal with cleaning customers, I guess?
Well, that is a great question. So it all comes. It's a full cycle, right? So when people call you, you need to really educate them. Set the expectations straight. What are you gonna get, right? We have three different services. Which one you gonna get? And then tell them, okay, this is what's included in the service you added, and there's always extras that you can add, right? That's
Right.
important to let the customer know. And now to make sure that that gets done, you need to give checklists to your girls, and they need to check everything to make sure that everything was done. Whatever package the customer purchased, they have to sign off. So that's how you keep control of it. They also have to take pictures after the job is done. We don't take before pictures, but we take after pictures to prove that we did the job.
Got it. Ooh, good question right here. This was one of the questions when I actually asked you, when I actually hired you as a mentor one time for an hour. Do you remember that?
That's
Before
right.
I started my cleaning business, I hired you. Or not hired you, but
Yeah, you messaged me.
coaching,
You're like,
coaching,
hey,
coaching. Yeah.
an hour. I'm
Um,
like, good.
yeah. Oh, we haven't even talked about my cleaning business. I'll
That's
have to
right.
tell
We
you
need
about
to
it.
talk
I
more
mean,
about it.
oh shit, we're coming up on our time. But anyways, her question is, Jamie asks again, transportation, employee transportation. How does that work?
Yeah, that's well. I make a requirement for them to have reliable transportation because that was one of the problems before. I will literally just hire anyone, and I'm like, sometimes I'll have to pick them up or have my girls pick them up, right? But I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna make part of my hiring process. Hey, you need to if you want to work with me, here's what I'll offer you. This is what you how much you can make, but you need to have a car because I ask them to drive their car and I pay them mileage.
Got it. So what about the second person? Does it so does one person have to have a car and they go pick up the person, the helper, or is that how that works?
Correct. And there's a couple people that are solo cleaners, so they just go by themselves.
Got it.
Hmm.
Let me see if there's any other questions. There are folks in this business killing it. I used to take the bus to my. Oh, this guy says he used to do cleaning jobs. So, let me. I got two questions left. I'm gonna end
Yeah.
it with two questions.
Okay.
Question number one: if somebody wanted to get started in the cleaning space, where would you start? What would you do? Question number two is going to be more of like, what's the future hold for Cristobal? But let's start with question number one. So for anybody, because guys, in junk removal, I know you and I have been asked, and I don't want to be like, hold on, let me say something real quick. I've been asked many, many, many times for cleaning services, but me personally, I don't want to clean. Something about cleaning versus like taking out trash,
Hmm.
there's a psychology difference for me. Like, I don't want to mop fucking floors, right? I'm assuming
Yeah.
most men. Let me ask you this. I don't want this to turn into a sexist thing, guys. Don't judge me for being sexist. I'm not sexist, but what's the majority of your staff? Are they women or men?
Woman, and I only have one guy.
Okay. And let me. Can I ask you another question? Do
Mhm.
people ever like request women only and not to have a guy?
That is the most interesting question, and you will be
Yeah, I know
surprised
it's
to find out that the guy is the most requested person. And the reason is yes, I swear to
no.
God, his name is Antonio. And
It's like a
Antonio,
masseuse. It's like a masseuse to me. I want a female.
if Antonio doesn't show, I don't want my cleaning done today. And the reason is because Antonio is a big guy. It's tall. It's a 6'2" guy. So he moves things around for the girls. Move things. Things that the other girls don't
That
do.
that could
And
help. That
so
could help a lot.
customers appreciate that because he can move stuff.
Yeah. Okay, that makes sense. Did you okay, here going off topic, Cristobal. You
Yeah,
ready to
let's
hear
go.
something crazy? Did you know out here in LA we have pink trucks all around the city?
Really?
They're not they got banned a year ago or so, but do you know what these pink trucks say on them?
Uh-uh.
Topless maids.
What?
Oh, dude,
That is
it's
funny.
it's
Oh my
all
god.
over. Now, they're not here anymore, but they used I think a year or so ago, sometime during COVID they got banned, but they were a big deal. They were all
Wow.
oh, yeah, yeah. Topless. I almost hired them one time. No, I'm just kidding.
See how we
No, but okay, so that's damn. Okay, so second question, Cristobal.
Yeah.
Guys, ask your final questions. And are you okay for another 10 minutes, Cristobal?
Yeah, no, I'm cool with it.
Okay.
Yes.
So, why actually before I ask my final question, let's power through these. Eric asked if we buy your Google Ads course. Do you have a Google Ads course?
No, I think that was talking about yours.
Eric, my Google Ads course is free. Would we still need a marketing agency? Eric, the answer is that's a complicated question because it depends how good you do Google Ads. And it also depends on the agency. Are they going to it's a multifaceted question because, I don't want to steer people in the wrong direction. Cristobal, what are your thoughts on marketing agencies and Google Ads? Because it's a complicated question.
It's complicated, right? Because you have to have a budget for the ads themselves, and then most marketing agencies are going to charge you anything from 500 on the low end to 1,000 plus more a month.
or
used
even
to
a
manage
percentage of your spend,
of the ad spend.
20% of your ad spend, which go fuck them. Fuck them.
And so it's tricky, right? I will say this is a skill that you need to really also learn. I know it's hard, but I don't do it myself, but I know so I can understand what they're doing. But it's important you also need give them feedback, right? And so, yeah, and it's hard to find a good agency, to be honest, that can deliver results.
Exactly. My friend Jeffrey was like, "Hey man," he's like, "I thought you were the VA master who had that automation." He's like, "I didn't know you learned it from Cristobal." Okay, fine, Jeffrey. Yes, I was inspired by him. I put my twist on it, but yes, it was inspired.
There
It was
you go.
it was inspired by Cristobal. Good information, Jeffrey. Let's see. Wally asks, "How far are you considering to travel this time to deliver the dump?" Oh, Wally, that's it. Oh, that's related to Wally. I'm gonna do worldwide. I'm gonna do nationwide again. Cristobal, I'm doing a dump trailer giveaway on the announcement of my software.
Okay.
Jamie asks, any safety concerns or advice to ladies doing this job alone? Well, that's a good question.
The safety concerns.
Have a gun. No, I'm just kidding.
That's a good one, right? But
Have you ran into any issues with women alone, or no?
no, I guess the only time that I had a little bit of issue, but it was more like I guess the lady didn't like it. That was when back in the days where marijuana was still illegal, and it was legal at the medical level in Washington. And I remember the lady that I sent to clean. She called me. She's like, "Hey, Chris, I don't feel comfortable because the guys are smoking in this house, and I feel unsafe." And I remember I called the customer. I said, "Hey, my friend, the cleaner, I just want to let you know it feels a little bit unsafe because you're smoking weed." And I remember the guy says, "This is Washington," and I'm like,
I mean, wait,
uh,
who was smoking weed?
the customer was smoking
No,
weed.
I was like, I thought you were about to say your employee was smoking weed. I was like, oh, I was like, I'd feel uncomfortable.
And she called me because she said, "Oh, it smokes. The guy's smoking weed and it's making me feel dizzy and blah blah blah." And I'm like, let me talk to the customer. And so the customer said, "This is Washington," and I'm like, "Oh shit, well that's."
I know, and it could
He's
technically
like-
be,
and I remember
it could technically be a doctor gave it could be
Yeah,
medicine.
and
It could
then he
technically
also
be
say-
medicine.
He says like it's legal for me, and I'm like, I just didn't know what to say. I remember like, oh, that's true. And so that was the only time that I remember that one of my cleaners felt unsafe, but it was totally because she felt
Yeah.
that the smell of weed. It was
Yeah, and it's probably highly unlikely because it's like you
likely.
are sending them to some, like that customer knows you have their location. The last thing they're gonna do is fuck with some girl where you just
Yeah.
sent them to their house. You know everything about the customer, your employee. But valid question, Jamie. Yeah, I know it's a rough world out there. I know. Eric says, how can we make sure someone who works with us that they don't take our junk removal customers from us? Or okay, so whether it's junk removal or cleaning, right? How do you know your cleaners? That's a great question, Eric. How do you know your cleaners aren't going to fucking steal your clients? That's a really good question because you're in the repeat business, reoccurring.
Yeah, that's a great question. So when my employees, they have an employee manual, and they know that it's not okay for them to poach customers. Because if I find them, I'm gonna fire them, and then I can charge them what is called a referral fee per customer taken from my business. So they understand that. I mentioned that during the job interview. Make sure that they understand that.
You let them know they're going to be like legally fined, and you'll go through the court system or some shit.
Exactly. Well, more like like a small claims court,
Which is still annoying. Which is annoying to
it's
deal with.
annoying, but it's more like a scare tactic. What I tell
Yep.
this in the interview, because really it has happened, and I really never going after them. I'm like, just whatever. I just fire them.
Yep.
And then,
But it's a scare tactic.
It's
And
a
it
scare
works.
tactic.
It works because I've done the small claims scare tactic and it works. One time, guys, one time, a friend, I was 21 years old. Somebody stole $5,000 from me. He was going to repair my BMW. It was in the BMW shop. He worked at BMW and he was going to get me parts cheaper. Now, the repair shop and the parts shop, I ended up doing the math. He stole $5,000 from me.
Jesus.
Right? And he was a friend of mine.
That's
and
crazy.
what I did is I took the scare tactic to the extreme. I printed out the small claims documents. I filled it out. And I went to the courthouse and took a picture of me with the small claims document in front of the courthouse and said, hey, pay me back or I'm filing this. And if you don't pay me back, small claims court, it depends on the state. You have to defend yourself. You don't get a right to an attorney. You have to. So it's going to be very obnoxious that you have to defend yourself against me. And I have all the receipts, all the paper trail. So I'll see you in court in 3 weeks because in Colorado you get. So I scared the living because the last thing somebody who steals from you is they want to have to go defend themselves in court.
Exactly.
Right. So the scared and I've done that a couple times. And I went to the extreme because I wanted my money back. So I filled it out and I went to the courthouse and took a picture in front of the courthouse, like saying, bitch, I'll see you in court in 3 weeks. I've done that twice. I've done that twice in my life. It works. So if you need your money back, now obviously you don't want to have, So, So basically you let them know during the interview, like, hey, don't steal. Don't steal clients.
Yeah.
Is cleaning Easy Hall says, is cleaning busy all year round or what's the slow seasons?
It is full year round. There's just a little bit of slow season, which is January and February. Every year is my slowest 2 months. After that, March starts picking up.
Winter, it slows down a little bit.
It slows down.
Cool. All right, guys. Big money can come big a-holes. Big money. Okay. So, but the stakes are okay. Cool. That's the stake. All right, guys. I like to ask my question, Chris.
Yes.
I see you killing it on Facebook. I see you killing it with you as a teacher. I'm a teacher as well. I see you killing it all over the place. I see you killing it with your not junk removal, your cleaning business. What's the future hold for Chris? Like, what is your dream? Like, I can tell you mine is to build $1 billion software that changes the world. Is yours to build $1 billion cleaning services? Is it to become the world's greatest coach in cleaning? Is it to become the man with the most wives in the world? I don't know. No, I'm just kidding. No, I'm.
That's a great question.
So what's the future hold?
What my vision really is, I don't know if you can see that, but I changed the name from Queen Bee to Bumblebee Cleaning Services.
I was gonna ask. It was Queen Bee.
Now my vision is really to have all the home services will be soft washing, pressure washing, window cleaning, carpet cleaning, dog cleaning,
junk removal.
I don't know about that.
but things that require cleaning.
Exactly. Anything related to cleaning. Exactly.
So what? Wait, sorry. Say that. What about the clean? So what about it? Starting it or educating?
No. So that will be starting. So that's the idea. I want to have Bumblebee Cleaning to be like a hub for cleaning services for the home, from pressure washing to cleaning interior, exterior, and everything in between.
Do you want to stay Seattle and Atlanta, or do you want to go like nationwide? Or you not decided yet?
That is a great question. For now, I just want to really systematize really these 2 locations, so where I can really scale it. Right, once that I have everything set up, then I can potentially move into bigger cities. If I do this, probably would be like opening in Tampa, Chicago, New York, stuff like this.
Why Queen Bee and Bumblebee? Where did that name come from?
That's a great question. So the Queen Bee was because working bees and they're always like clean and working. So that was the name. So going back, right? The first name was Mendoza Cleaning. I just opened the LLC. That's the name. When it takes on a business on its own, then I'm like, okay, I need to put a easy to remember name, Queen Bee Cleaning. Boom. Then I did not trademark the name. That was my mistake. So years go by. Last year, when I'm like, you know what? I really want to trademark the name. I go and look, and somebody had registered Bumblebee Cleaning Service trademark in Indianapolis. So I cannot use the name anymore. So I'm like, I don't want to change everything because I have a
Are you?
lot of.
Was it a trademark
It
or
was a
just the
trademark.
registered? Because there's a difference between national trademark, or a registered business
It
trademark.
was a national trademark,
Okay.
yes.
Okay.
And so I'm
Got it.
like, dang. So the the easiest thing for me, it was to change Queen Bee from to Bumblebee, right? And then just
I
leave the
like it.
website pretty much the same. And that was the reason, of the name change. So if you have a business, definitely look into trademark your name because you don't want to run and, change the name 11 years later.
Interesting. When did you change the name?
That was I applied since I when I found out that another company had beat me to it. I decided to change the name right there and then I applied for the trademark. It took about a year to get it approved, so
Yeah,
it's a long
trademark
process.
trade. Yeah, trademarks take a long time. I've done one trademark in my life. Trademarks
Yeah.
are it's a funny thing. So, last question. Okay, so we got one last question. It's a good question too, actually. Green cleaning. Do you see differences with people asking for eco and green? That's a great question. Good.
Absolutely, that is a buzzword, especially in in big metro cities. People are
I
very
don't
conscious.
want chemicals.
Yes, I want chemicals. I want green. I want safe products. So it is a market there. There's definitely a niche. I agree with it. We don't really market it. We offer it. If the customer wants green cleaning, we accommodate it. But it's not something that we go after. And the reason is because green products take longer to clean, and so versus chemicals, right? So that is the reason that we don't really
Yeah,
focus on that.
if you can't use bleach, or is degreaser green or not green?
No, no, it's not.
You just got to use that all natural shit.
That's right. Like, good luck with
um,
that.
so, Cristobal, no, no, Jamie, Queen Bee is not junk removal. He's only cleaning.
Cleaning.
Go watch go Google Cristobal and Queen Bee cleaning on YouTube. You'll find some really cool videos that that he's got online. But make sure you get the course through him, not Upflip. It's
Yeah.
go.
Hopefully it's
Am
good.
I
Yeah.
am I allowed am I allowed to say that? Am I allowed to say
Yeah,
that?
it's okay. It's okay.
Okay.
It's okay. Bro.
Yeah. Yeah, you're gonna get really inspired through Upflip, but don't get it through Upflip. You can get it for way cheaper through his own website. Upflip
right.
Upflip did an amazing interview, and I bought it through Upflip, unfortunately.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. I
anyways, yeah. So, Cristobal, this has been awesome. I'd love to bring you on like maybe in a couple months to like deep dive
love to.
into more tactical stuff too, and like
Absolutely, my
if
friend.
you're
I would love to. And listen, I really want to hear to listen more about autopilot. It's really
oh.
amazing to see that you really put it into work, and then
It
you
took
really
me
built it.
took me and my business partner 8 fucking months to build it,
It's
and we've been
incredible.
every day. And I sold my junk removal company for $225,000.
Uh-huh.
1 year of profit, but I was only a 2-year-old company.
Mm-hmm.
So I basically burned through all that fucking money surviving, and so now it's
Just
like
working hard.
now
Yeah.
now I hope this software is good.
Oh man,
Right? Yeah.
all the features that you mentioned, I'm like, dude, this is amazing.
Oh,
So
dude,
really,
it's gonna change the world. I was just talking to one of my friends, Xavier. He's the king of Google Ads. He says I'm gonna put marketing companies out of business, the bad ones, because you'll be able to see your real numbers. Real numbers. Like is
I
your
saw that. That's very important. So important.
because if you're paying an SEO company and you're using my software and you're using it correctly, you'll see paid versus SEO. Is your organic and paid? The organic should be going up if the organic SEO guy, because I make call tracking very easy. So we'll talk about that in another video, guys.
Dude, that is amazing, man.
Yeah. So, Eric, to answer your question, yes, you can invest in autopilot. I'll talk about it right now after Cristobal gets off the call. If you guys want to invest, you can invest $500 up to as much as you want. And Cristobal, thank you so much for your time. And where can everybody? So I got your website pinned, but where can everybody find you? Your website, like
Yeah,
just
that would be the
do they just
website.
type in
How
Chris?
all my social media links are in there. CristobalMondragon.com.
Cristobal Mondragon.
That's right.
Dude, it's been a pleasure. I've been trying to have you as a guest for like a while, but we finally made it happen. And yeah,
I'm glad that we were able to really come back around and connect, man. Really happy to see you come along so much with your project, dude. It's amazing.
yep.
Good job.
So once I have the reoccurring billing and credit card on file in a few months, I'd love to have you demo my software. Now,
I would love to try it.
I don't. You're using Jobber?
I'm using Jabber.
Jobber sucks. I can't wait to have you test my software, man. I'd love for you to test it out.
Forward to it. Very
Cool.
good,
All right,
brother.
guys.
Thank you for
All right,
having me,
all
man.
right, guys. Goodbye, Cristobal. I'm gonna let you go. I'll hit you up tomorrow. Okay, my man.
Thank you, brother. See you, brother.
And actually, hold on. I gotta figure out. Do you have like an exit button over there? How does it work?
I do. I have a hang up button on my end.
All right, so hit hang up on your side. I want to see what happens. Peace. It was nice talking to you, Cristobal.
Bye-bye.
Okay, guys. That was fucking awesome. Cristobal knows his shit. And I'm going to talk about autopilot for 1 second, and then I'm going to go eat dinner because I'm friggin' hungry. Eric, to answer your question, autopilot is in beta testing right now. If you guys are investors, please message me. You'll get an email from me tomorrow with access. There's like 40 of you as investors, which is crazy that many of you trust me, have faith in me, and believe in me. But let's show off. Here, let's close all this. There's Cristobal's website. Okay, so like I said, guys, the autopilot, I gotta go finish. This website's not completely ready. Okay. If you guys want to invest, I'm running a package. There's 3-month mentoring package. I've never done this. I'll never do this again. I'm not going to mentor. I'm not going to be a coach. This is the one time and one time only because I'm trying to raise more money for autopilot. I don't want to go looking for venture capital money. So if you guys want to invest in autopilot and you have faith in me, you have faith in the software, software is right here, by the way. So we got the dashboard. Like, I don't normally demo this shit, but we have our schedule, we have our calendar, you can drag and drop, we can do all this shit, right? Like everything that all the fucking $200 software can do, right? You got messaging, you got everything. Like this shit's gonna be bananas in a pancake. You got your phones with your call tracking number. You got marketing, which you can do sequences, SMS blast, email blast, voicemail blast, postcard blast. You got your map. You can even see just your clients. So what, like, come on guys, this is insane. This is, me and my business partner have put in so much work into this software, and it's insane. Map views, street views. So you can see everything, private notes. Guys, I put in my life and soul into this software. Estimates, reports, settings, report. You got your online booking. Of course, you can set your online booking. There's so much stuff you can do in this software. We basically have all of the core features that Jobber, House Call Pro, and Workies charge you $200 a month for. You can get for $50 a month. If you invest $500 minimum, you get 1 year access for free. And you get access to me. Like it's a fucking win-win. And the reason why I'm launching this auto investment package is because we're trying to raise another $100,000 because engineers are expensive. So I decided to give you my life, my soul, and my heart, and my blood, and everything, every fiber of my body. So you get my course, you get a 100-page website, which is insane. Do you guys want to see the website? I'll fucking show you the website. This shit's fucking crazy. Like, you're not going to get an 80-page website any fucking where else. Okay, this doesn't exist. This is not a possible thing. You get, look at this. There is literally 100 demolition commercial. There's actually supposed to be some more pages in here. But yeah, there's 80 pages, okay? And this is completely customizable, okay, guys? This whole fucking website is customizable. This is a $15,000 website. You won't get this anywhere else. I'm giving it to you. So anyways, I don't want to go on a sales pitch too long because I'm hungry. I'm not going to talk about this anymore. Oh, I'm not even fucking showing my screen. Jesus. Okay, sorry. So you get all of this. Look at this. Fucking 80 fucking pages. This doesn't exist in the real world. This does not exist. Every agency will charge you 15 grand. But I want you to invest in my software because I want to make you a fucking 100,000-aire millionaire, depending on how much you invest, and then also give you value because you're taking a chance and a risk on investing in something that you don't know. But it will be awesome. I promise you that. So, sorry. Is the website good for? Oh, absolutely for SEO. No reoccurring payment at all. So you can buy the template standalone, or you can buy into the whole mentoring package for anywhere from $3,500 to $5,000, which comes with the full page website. It comes with the 3 months of mentoring, 9 instructors. It comes with the course. It comes with so much, guys. I will be making that announcement, I think, on Friday. We'll drop a video on Friday with. There's no way you can lose. I would not ask you guys to invest that much if I did not have faith in what I'm about to give you guys. So, if you have questions, you can book a call. That video that I drop on Friday will have a booking link where you can book a call with me for questions. It'll have the investment. You can just invest on, and if you've ever purchased anything from me, the course, the templates, you can invest the difference and still be a part of this journey. So I hope you guys are as excited as I am because this shit is going to be wild. I've been live for almost 2 hours now. This is crazy. Anyways, hit me up, Andrew at autopilotapp.io. If you have any questions or just comment, whatever, hit me up on Instagram, Facebook. And as always, I leave you guys with this. Success is often covered in dirt, but so was gold at one point. Toodles!